I go away and then you come on?
Oh yeah, I'll intro you.
Okay, bye.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome to tonight's live online author event with Greenlight Bookstore. I'm Katie from Greenlight, and we're thrilled to host tonight's event with Amy Solomon presenting her new book, Notes from the Bathroom Line. She's here with an incredible lineup of some of the brilliant women who contributed to this collection, so you're in for an excellent time. Before we start, I just want to say a huge thanks to Amy, the team at Harper Design, and all of tonight's participants for making this happen, and to all of you for showing up. Though we're not able to host events in our store spaces, our community of authors and readers is still here. We're grateful for your support and for the chance to make space for conversation and connection. There's just a few housekeeping things to go over before we get started tonight. In our Zoom webinar tonight, you can see and hear the speakers, but they can't see or hear you. They can see that you're here though, and you can see a count of fellow attendees at the top of your Zoom screen, but the exact location will depend on what kind of device you're using. There are a couple of ways you can interact with the authors and with each other throughout tonight's event, which we highly encourage. Tonight it'll just be the chat, which you can find by clicking on the icon that looks like one speech balloon. You're welcome to post your comments and thoughts in the chat, which is a great way to show your appreciation for the author and to interact with fellow attendees. And importantly, tonight's featured book is Notes from the Bathroom Line, which is available for sale from Greenlight Bookstore. You can shop in person in our bookstore locations from 12 p.m. to 7 p.m. every day of the week, and you can purchase Amy's book and many others on site, or order online at greenlightbookstore.com for a quick pickup at the store or for shipping anywhere in the US. I'll be dropping the buy link in the chat in just a moment. If you care about supporting the careers of authors and the ongoing existence of independent bookstores, buying tonight's featured book is a great way to show your support. Our featured author and MC tonight is Amy Solomon. She is a producer on HBO's Silicon Valley and Barry. She currently runs Alec Berg's production company, where she develops content for film and television. She lives in Los Angeles. Her new book, Notes from the Bathroom Line, is a collection of never-before-seen humor pieces, essays, satire, short stories, poetry, cartoons, artwork, and more, from more than 150 of the biggest female comedians today. Please take it away, Amy.
Am I here? Can you hear me? Okay, it was so strange for a second. Okay, hi. I don't know what happened. I am gonna first let in our first gal because it's too awkward to just talk to this. It's horrible, so bad. So this first gal is coincidentally my best friend, the most elegant woman in the world. If you don't have her book of poetry, God, I Feel Modern Tonight, you should open a little window and buy it from Greenlight right now. Please welcome Catherine Cohen.
Yes, let's freaking go, girlie. Look what I got. Look what I found.
It's so pretty.
I'm so happy to be here. I'm so proud. I was taking pictures of you on the Zoom like a proud mom. I was like, that's my girl.
Did I like freeze a long time? It was
Yeah.
horrible.
Yeah, it was okay for me.
That's horrible.
It happens to the best of us. Are you okay?
I'm okay.
I have two things I need to talk about before we start your amazing event. One, are
Okay.
you mad that I'm not wearing a bra? I'm underneath
No,
today.
I would be mad if you were wearing a bra, I
Okay.
think.
Two, I just finished Love Island season 3, and all the girls in it kind of wear their hair in this style, so I'm kind of trying something new for you.
It's like a half pony.
Yeah, it's like a high half
A droopy guy.
Yeah, it's like dog ears. I want to be clear, like y'all, this event's gonna be incredible, and you guys need to sound off in the chat because the chat is a community, and we're all here together. So sound off if you like my doggy style hairstyle. Next joke.
So I'm scared of forgetting we're doing this because I talk
I
to
know.
you all day anyway and just being like, we're just talking, and I forgot that my father is watching. Okay. Shout out to Bob Saul.
I
Okay,
think my
so
father's watching too.
amazing. Our biggest fans. So I didn't want to do a regular book event because I feel like a broken record. Like it's insane. And so I wanted to have a bunch of the gals from the book come tell their best party stories because we haven't been to a party in so long. So we're never telling our like stories that we know get some laughs. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
So I think I'm going to tell you mine first and then have you tell me yours. But let's talk about what you have in the book. So Catherine's song, Look at Me, that's probably your most famous song, right?
It's incredibly famous.
It
I
is.
love my famous cabaret comedy song that 30 people like.
But the sheet music is in the
No,
book.
it's so fucking cool to see it. Because I don't like, I just have the chords written out. And our dear friend Emily Whitaker, who's the most talented woman alive besides you, Amy, well, you guys are tied for most talented people in America. She made this gorgeous sheet music. And my favorite part, I didn't notice until I saw the book, is that she added where I say on stage, where I do a lunge and then I say ow.
Yeah.
So
It's
good.
so good.
I'm so honored. This book is so cool.
If you
This-
want to perform Catherine's song for your college musical theater program or what have you, go ahead.
Oh my God, I'm so excited. Yeah, this book
So
is
cool.
so gorgeous. I told Amy this when I got it. It should cost $1 million. So this is a steal right now.
But only $29.99. Head to Greenlight site, order it. If you have a problem, it's because my mom ordered 15. Thanks.
Yes.
Okay, so I'm going to tell you my story and you're going to tell me your story. And you know some of this story.
It's a great story.
So I dated a guy in college for like less than a year. But you know how like in college things go so deep so fast because they like live right there? This isn't something till I realized after, but like you never live near people like the way you do in college. Like they're right there.
And you love like a deep emotional connection. Amy loves like a we stay up till 6 a.m. chatting moment.
And never kiss. That was like for
Yeah,
many minutes.
and never kiss. She's a tease. My friend is a tease, is what I'm saying. Greenlight.
So I started dating this guy and like I went on his family vacation at one point. I got to know his like parents and his little siblings and whatever. And so then ultimately we kind of broke up because he studied abroad in London and I went and visited him and it was like he was really depressed and I was not in a good place and I basically had like a full mental breakdown and had to fly home early and I had like called my therapist and been like, can you prescribe me Xanax? And she was like, you can't do that across the sea. Which I didn't know.
That's what's
So,
wrong with medicine. They
it
should be able to
is.
do that no matter what sea you're near.
Seriously. Pills are universal. So it was so like when we were okay, but like when I see him, it's not like there's a lot there. You know what I mean? It's not someone I like love to see all the time.
Yeah.
So then I was a year ahead of him. And when he moved to LA a year after me, I was like, not my favorite thing in the world, you know, but it's a big city, whatever. He was living on the west side. I was living on the east side. And then ultimately it turned out we had like a lot of mutual friends from college out here and I would see him occasionally and it was fine. Like it was fine. And I was like, okay, we're adults. It's not a problem. Like this is how adults behave. Then he started dating a girl who basically did not like that I existed. And so she basically would say he can't go to things with other like mutual friends where I was there, blah, blah, blah.
Cool.
But so then ultimately, and I don't know if he waited at it like, uh-oh, it said I'm breaking up.
You're back.
Okay. What did I last say?
You said the word ultimately.
Morning. I was at work. I don't know why it's doing this.
It loves to be like this. What you said was basically this girl didn't want him hanging around you.
Totally. I was at work 9 a.m. one Monday morning. I don't know if he like waited for 9 a.m. on a Monday morning, but he sent me this text saying that they were moving in next door to me, that they had seen 30 apartments and none were acceptable besides this one, and they had to move in next door to me.
It's so crazy.
Literally insane. And so I basically sent back like, you know, you're not asking my permission. Clearly, you're clearly just telling me, but I would prefer you not do this. Like, this is a very large city. They were living in for LA people, they were living in Culver City and I was living in Silver Lake. And they were like, can we come all the way over there? And I was like, I really would appreciate you not doing this. And he was basically like, no. So we, for 2 years now, have shared a driveway and trash cans.
No.
They said they wouldn't be in my hair. They would be totally quiet. It wouldn't bother me. They are freelancers who work from home. I saw
It's a
her.
horror film.
It's a horror film. I saw her this morning. She parked directly in front of my apartment. And besides, they have a driveway like to park in. She doesn't need to do that. And I walked by her literally this morning on best day of my life, but I had to see her today. So they live right there, and it's just the best.
It's so crazy. I think in the chat, everyone's going off saying, how is this not a sitcom? We need a screenplay. So let's go ahead and get that pop in. Someone draft up an outline. I can't write a script because I don't know how to see from other people's perspectives, but I think that would be really great.
Anyway, so
Taylor
that's
Swift.
my life.
It really is wild because I knew that story, but remembering that you share a trash can, like for me, there's nothing I like less than when I'm going in my shame, going to put like all the trash I make outside. I don't want to be seen.
Hell. I have Greg take out the trash most of the time because I'm like, I cannot do this.
No. Oh no.
Horrible. It's really
I
bad.
start sobbing. No, that is horrible. Well, you know, it's like, I feel like one of the dumbest women in America because you're like party story. And I'm like, oh, a story about a party.
No.
So I was like, okay, I have a great story about a party.
That's perfect.
I know. But I'd be remiss if I didn't share some of my favorite Amy Saul stories. One, you came on vacation with my family. Theme. And one, my family and I got in a big fight because I just graduated college and my dad said I should send a tape to Wes Anderson to put myself out there. And I had a meltdown at the bowling alley and you had to kind of pick up the pieces, which we love.
You also forgot your driver's license and they wouldn't let you have a drink at that bowling alley. And you were
I
like,
was really, when you're on a family vacation, you really want to drink at the bowling alley event. And that's where I'll leave that. I also, have to mention that we were on a hike and you were with my family on a hike and I started fighting with my brother and my dad yelled, go upstairs, Catherine, go upstairs, forgetting that we were like in a canyon. But my party story to kind of flip the script here. I was, picture me, but younger, gorgeous. I went to Spain. I'm like, why was I there? I went to Spain one summer, study abroad, kind of branching out. Wait, quick aside. I once applied for the Princeton in Spain program. And at my interview, my Spanish teacher was like, I was surprised you applied for this. You're not very good in class. I was like, okay, I know I'm not good at Spanish. I want to go to Spain.
I want to go to Spain to kiss the Spanish boys.
For once. So cut to me. I'm at a club in Barcelona. I spot a guy across the dance floor. He's tall. So I'm like drippy. He was wearing a fedora, but I was kind of like blocking that out. And he's like, he literally come hithers me. I'm like, okay, I'm in a feature film. He come hithers me to the VIP section. You're jealous, you're crying. And he offers me a vodka Red Bull, incredible beverage. To this day, I adore a vodka Red Bull.
It's disgusting. And
we're lying there and he's really we're sitting up on this like leather bench. And I'm like, okay, I'm drunk. He's hot. I'm traveling. Ooh. And then he leans in to kiss me. We have a quick kiss and he leans back out and he goes, can I see your feet? Obviously, I should have been like, no, but instead I was like, well, I'm wearing sandals. It was the summer. And then he went down on me in a bathroom stall and I just remembered my parents are watching. So that's going to be the end of the story. I was wearing, you know, the saddest thing is I was wearing these like, I thought the coolest fucking thing in the world when we were like freshmen in college was those Tory Burch sandals that were like incredibly overpriced that everyone had.
Yes.
So I was wearing my busted Tories and I was like shaking my little toes at this.
With that, like, it's like the logo shape.
They're hideous. So
I'm going to be honest, I never liked those. So
yeah, because you're an individual and you have a good sense of style. And at that point in my life, I was like, what does everyone like? I want it. Me wearing a gorgeous diamond earring with a braless t-shirt and a duvet as pants.
My pants are unbuttoned, just so you know. Of
course they are. It's only natural. But so this was such a great idea. I can't wait to watch the rest of the show. Thank you so much for having me.
I love you. Wait, tell me, do you have anything you want to plug? You guys have you have your club coming soon?
Oh, tomorrow, if you like me and what I'm kind of all about, I will be doing a Zoom show. What no one wanted to hear. Tomorrow night. I'll post about it on my Instagram and then get my book. And then
God, I
not
feel
to be
modern
crazy,
tonight.
but listen to my podcast because Amy's on it.
Seek treatment. It's amazing.
Baby. I love you, Amy. I don't
I
like
love
saying
you.
proud of my peers, but I'll say I admire you and you inspire me.
Thank you, baby. Okay,
Love you.
bye.
Thanks, Greenlight. Mwah.
Okay. This next gal is amazing. She's an alum of the Second City Main Stage. She's a writer for Work in Progress on Showtime. Her Comedy Central stand-up set is something that I rewatch more than I'm willing to admit. She is so damn funny. Please welcome Tien Tran.
Oh my God.
Hi.
Hi.
Everyone doing this with the book is insane.
Look at this beautiful book.
Oh. Okay, so Tien did this unbelievable thing that this gal, Sophia Foster Domino, I've never said her name aloud.
That's the first time I've heard it said out loud.
Well, so it's
I
correct.
think you nailed it. Yep.
But she wrote, and this, it's a board game, right? Is the idea?
Yes, it's a board game to help you kind of share some news. Like if you wanted to propose to someone or if you wanted to come out to some, it was inspired by like when I came out to my parents, I like really curated it. And it went awfully terribly, but
props, stage setting.
It was stage setting. It was a one-woman show. It was a one-woman show where I cried the whole time. And so I wanted to put together a little piece to just, help people curate the best moment.
So
and it's
good.
Called Spill It.
So there are like a couple quotes from famous people like endorsing this as a great game and way to say things. And it's Kristen Stewart and Michelle Obama. And there was a stage of publishing the book. It's page number 22. Someone asked for the page number. For those following along.
Oh my gosh, for those following.
I love it. But so at one point I had to there was like the worst stage of the whole book was like explaining why things were funny to the legal department.
Oh, fun.
So why are there Kristen Stewart and Michelle Obama? And it was like, because those are funny people doing your board game. I don't know how to.
Lawyers. I need lawyers to get a sense of humor. Just kidding. Some of my best friends are lawyers. So.
Well, I should have hired them. You're the best. Okay, I am ready. I feel like so bad being like, tell your story.
No. And I'm ready. So, okay, this is the first time I've ever told this. And so this is the story of the very last day I was straight for free.
For free?
For free. I like to make that distinction because I would be straight for a SAG day rate. So anybody listening out there, happy for a SAG day rate, would absolutely go back in the closet for a good amount of money. And this was back in the summer of like 2011. I was living in Chicago, Chicago
Hell
gals.
Yeah, baby. Yeah.
And my very first girlfriend, first love of my life, had broken up with me and had immediately started dating someone who looked like me. She immediately started dating another Asian woman who looked like me. And I know some of you are thinking like, Tien, that's racist. And I'm like, I think it's racist to think that we can't resemble each other. Okay. Yeah. That is just the truth sometimes. And so I was feeling pretty low, having a hard time dating again, which, I attribute to being sad. And also a sinus infection that I let kind of go away. Like I didn't take care of it. Have you ever had those moments where you're like, oh, I should probably go see a doctor. This is a sinus, I have walking pneumonia essentially, but yes. I can just keep partying and keep going out. It doesn't matter. Apparently not that attractive. So I was at that point in my breakup where I was truly willing to make out with anyone who would look at me, which I think is healthy to
Absolutely.
Get outside validation like that. So when a bunch of my college friends, college best friends, they all were planning to come to Lollapalooza, which have you gone to Lollapalooza?
I have been to Lollapalooza. I find it very terrible. It's like, it's Chicago teens. Like,
Yes,
yeah,
it's Chicago teens and also like Chicago 20s and 30s wanting to act like teens.
yes.
And that's exactly what I was trying to do. And there was a big group of us from college that were all flying in. They were all flying in to come to Lollapalooza. And I thought, like, it's my time to shine. This is my time to like make out with someone, feel good about myself. And one of them was this guy named Patrick, who was a Boston bro. And whenever you're thinking he looks like, that is exactly what he looks like. And now Patrick's have historically been a safe space for me. I've only this is the truth. I have only had 4 boyfriends and 3 of them were named Patrick. I don't know what that is about.
I dated two Evans.
Two Evans?
Two Evans in a row.
So like, you know, you just are attracted to a name. So totally. three Patricks. This would be the 4th. And like, I wore the hits. I had like my perfect American Apparel tank top, American Apparel bra that you could see from the side, American Apparel high-waisted pants. I was looking good, feeling good. He was paying attention to me, which felt awesome. And we get to Lala. There's again 20 of us, and we're all pretty drunk on Bacardi and 7-Eleven slushies.
Yeah.
And I had 2 choices. I could go with my group of friends to go see the Postal Service and Leaky Lee.
Leaky Lee.
Could have gone to Such Great Heights. And instead, or choose to go with Patrick to the Perry's EDM tent. Now, I don't know if anybody is familiar with the EDM tent, but it just plays EDM every day, all day. I chose to obviously go with Patrick because if I'm going to be straight for a day, I'm going to fully immerse myself.
Yes.
And EDM is gay, but I think EDM concerts are straight. So and they are. And I spent I spent 5 hours in the EDM tent just with me and Patrick, dancing and flirting, actually having like a very, very good time. And I think, Amy, that there are 2 types of women in the world.
Yeah.
There are women that stand on the ground and enjoy a concert. And then there are women who sit on the shoulders of men and block the view of people behind them. And you bet your ass I got on his shoulders. And like, I just remember being so drunk and just being like, hearing this like complete full body pulsating. His head is like between my legs and we're dancing. I'm like, this is a nightmare, but I'm doing it anyway. And after I get off his shoulders, because someone surely was like, get the fuck off, I started making out with him immediately. Just like, we're like 3-4 rows away from the front of the concert and we're just making out, having the best time. We head back to my bedroom. And as we're making out in my bedroom, I'm on top of him. Things are getting too serious. We're unbuttoning each other's pants. I stop him and I'm like, Patrick, actually, I'm really, really gay. And he goes, I know. And so we put our clothes back on and ordered Thai food.
Patricks are such a safe space.
Okay, so wait. So you think that, okay? So you think that this story ends with Patrick being a safe space. 3-4 years later, on his bachelor party night, he got very drunk and DM'd me and said, you and your girlfriend are beautiful. And I was like, that is wrong.
Did you ever speak to him in the intervening time?
No, we are not friends. This is
you were a thing in his head in that intervening time.
I think in the moment I'm like, oh, he was sweet and was like not gonna be weird when I told him I was gay after like dancing and making out with him all day. And then he's now like, yeah, I was the last straight guy she made out with.
Well, you do need to write something called Patrick's or a safe space for me because that is
They
unbelievable.
are.
Oh, that is amazing. I will like my entire high school experience was watching people talk about Perry's at Lollapalooza. And like, did you
It's
see what they were doing at Perry?
it's such a bad it's a bad
It's
place.
a bad place.
Don't
It's a
go
bad
to if you go to Lollapalooza, don't go to the Perry's tent. Thank you. Maggie Winters, Perry's is terrifying. It is actually very scary.
Atsuko said Thai food was the only safe part of this story. Oh, that was perfect. Thank you. So, is there anything you want to plug? Work in Progress season 2 is shooting now, right?
Yeah, so catch up and try to watch Work in Progress season 1. It's a wonderful show that's set
So
in
good.
Chicago as well and stars like amazing Chicago people. And then season 2 will be coming out.
So good. It's amazing. You're the best. Thank
Thank you so much.
Yay. Will you talk soon?
Bye.
All right. Tien's the best. Now we're going to go to an actual icon. She currently stars in Call Your Mother on ABC, and there's a billboard on Hillhurst for those of you in LA, and I actively wave to her when I drive by it. She also stars in the amazing movie Shiva Baby, which is so good and is finally streaming on April 2nd. Please welcome Rachel Sennott. Here she is.
Okay, hi, also holding the book. Had to do it. Literally, I'm like, well, it also, it really like feels like a book.
Yeah, she's
Do you
like,
know what I mean?
she's thick. She's like a girl.
Thick. I love holding it. So I was like, obviously I have to do a little prop work at the beginning of the call. Also, both you and Tien were wearing like a lip. So I was like, okay, in the break, I'm going to put on a gloss. I changed my hair all from our first call. Obviously, haven't done anything in the whole year.
You have been shooting a TV show. That's not fair.
But nothing. Sorry, to a party story and
A party story. Sure. So tell people about your piece in the book. So Rachel, I wanted this book to be a time capsule, and your piece is deeply a time capsule because it's about Instagrams and Finstagrams.
I know. Honestly, I read my own piece and I was triggered because I remember I wrote it when I was like 23. Now I'm 25, very old. And I remember writing it in like the coffee shop downstairs where I did all my work. And like I was in a very different place in my life in a million different ways. And like I'm like reading it and I'm like, oh my God. Little does she know she's going through 2 more years of trauma before she grows, but it was really interesting to read.
I think a lot of people have that experience because we've been working on this for so long. So some people's pieces are from like literally 2 years ago. So you can be in a really different place 2 years later.
But it's good. You know what? It actually made me say like, wow, despite the fact that it's a pandemic, I'm less of a mess than I was then.
And they're also, okay, Sarah, I've never said her last name aloud. Galanchi, she's amazing. But she did these illustrations for it of Rachel's Insta and Finsta that are so
stunning.
good. So
she did
stunning.
such a great job.
I know, they're so good. So everyone
it's my boobs and a thing of soup. So
it's my boobs and a thing of soup. The Rachel Sennott story. Okay. Are you ready to tell your story?
Yes, I am. I honestly was like, I have a lot of things. I'm just going to use this the whole time to point at stuff. I was thinking the whole time because I was like, okay, so I came to LA in September, a little bit about me. Came to LA in September. Since I've been here, just horrible thing after horrible thing. I like drove my rental car into a pole in a parking garage the day that I got it, did not get insurance. I had my first stalker. I stabbed myself with a knife. So I was like, where to begin? But I said, I think I should do the knife story it really has a good arc. So I wanted to dive into that.
Amazing.
So the one good thing about LA is I did get a boyfriend here. So I'm going to, it's like right before Christmas. And me and his 2 roommates were gonna do like a little Christmas, whatever holiday party thing. We're gonna do a little, what is that thing where you all
Secret
like
Santa. Wasn't that it?
Not
White elephant. White
the
elephant.
thing where everybody buys a white elephant. Yeah, which is like the worst game because it's like you're all like fighting to death over like a coffee cup.
Yeah.
Like everyone decides like the one thing is good, and then we all. So, anyways, so I go over, and that day I got sent these like. Have you heard of that? I'm doing a free plug for them for the like pubic care products. It's pubic hair products.
I don't know.
It's basically it's like oils for your pubic hair and also like shaving cream. Okay, it was sent to me for free in the mail. And so
Someone says, is it called fur? Fur?
It's called fur.
Okay.
Like, and it's like your pubic hair is called like fur, like which I love. And so I don't fully shave my pussy. I do the sides and then I just kind of take a little off the top. But I was like, I put the thing on and I was like, yeah, I'll just do my usual thing. The cream worked so well that it was like one swipe and there was just like a straight line down the thing. And so then of course I'm like forced to shave my whole entire vagina because I can't just have like one stripe. Then I decided to put on sparkly red Christmas agent provocateur underwear. So I show up to his house, whatever. I have 1 to 2 martinis, fair, it's an evening, whatever. And we go to do the white elephant thing. And I get the first number, so I get to pick. And I chose the box that my boyfriend brought because flirty.
Yeah.
And what he did is that he like wrapped it in duct tape to be funny, which that to guys, that's funny. Is if you he wrapped it in tape, so it's hard to get open. So I was like, let me open it. I want to see what's inside so that we can, I can see if I want to keep this or whatever. And he gets me a knife from the kitchen, incredibly sharp. And I'm like pulling on the tape. I'm wearing a skirt and pulling on the tape, pulling on it. And it's like stuck. And I yank it really hard. And it goes deep, 2 inches deep. We measured it later into my leg. And I pull it out. And it literally was like, I was literally in shock. I like look up. I was like, it's slow motion. Everybody is looking at me. And I was like, what? And then at first it was just like this little red line. And I was like, guys, it's fine. I just like pricked myself. Then all of a sudden it was like, blah, 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 blood everywhere, all over the floor. I was freaking out. And so, my boyfriend takes me to the ER after.
Wait, so did you like automatically just take it out?
Yes.
Okay. You hadn't realized it was in there when you took it out.
It was honestly, I think it was the momentum.
Yeah.
I was like pulling and then it was like, it went in and I was like,
yeah.
So that was the reenactment. And that, if you're good at the end of this, I'll show you my scar. Behave. That's to the chat. But so then anyways, he like cleans it, which it's like, when your boyfriend is putting rubbing alcohol on your stab wound, it's like, it was just intense. We leave to go to the ER. I, of course, do not bring my phone, do not bring my wallet, because I'm in shock. I literally was like, oh, this is what shock is. I literally was like, the room was like, it was like little elves were like, ah, the whole time. So then we get in the car, I'm sobbing. I was like, honestly, I was crying and I was like, I ruined the party. And he was like, that's not what this is about. We go to one ER and it was closed, which I was like confused because I was like, this is actually the time when in general, everybody needs you. But so then we went to another ER and they were like, he can't come in here with you. I'm sobbing, obviously. And then they were like, do you have your insurance card? Do you have your phone? I'm literally just like, so he calls back at the house. They send like my insurance card. He like does all of that. And then they're like, they make him wait outside. So I'm like alone in the waiting room for the ER. It's me, 2 girls, and this guy. I'm like crying hysterically. And then finally I was just like, okay, like, oh, and they told me they were like, it's gonna be like a 3-hour wait. Which I'm not complaining because it is a pandemic. So I just want to say, totally understand. chill about the 3-hour wait. That's fair. But I was like, okay, I just am going to sit here. Like, and they didn't even put like a little Band-Aid on it or anything. So then I like,
Are you just like holding something to it?
there was just like a little thing that my boyfriend put on it. And I just was like, but I was just kind of like, whoa. And then, I just started going around the room being like, so I was like, guys, what's everybody's astrological sign and why are you here? Like, you shouldn't ask. Like, it's like, shouldn't ask. But I asked. And then I think in the room there was a Sagittarius, a Leo, and then the guy was like an Aries. Well, first I was just talking to the girls. There's honestly a lot of, because then I asked the doctors as well. There were I need to do something. And so I asked them, the guy was like, yeah, my girlfriend brought me here. No other explanation. And I was like, okay. So anyways, a little confusing in there. Finally, I go into the room and they kept putting a towel on me. And I was like, why are you doing this? And they were like, finally, the doctor was like, because you're wearing red underwear and everyone can see your vagina. That's what the fur thing was from before. And then I got stitches. It was incredibly painful. I did ask the doctor if he thought my boyfriend was mad at me. He was like, I don't really care. But here I am. And then I had to go to work the next day. And wear jeans. So I would say I used to think I was weak, but I'm actually strong.
You're unbelievably strong.
And do you want to see the wound?
Absolutely.
I would show you the knife too, but my boyfriend framed it for me and then I sent it home because I ran out of room.
Wow.
It looks honestly smaller than it is, but on camera, I don't know if that was weird, but anyway, that's my story.
It's amazing. I saw you shortly after and you still had your stitches in.
Yeah, that honestly was just like a really hard week.
My poor baby. It's an amazing story now, but
in the moment,
insane. You're the best. What do you want to plug, Shiva Baby? You can pre-order it, right?
Yes, you can now pre-order it on Apple. Then it will be on VOD April 2nd. It will be in select theaters. And then it will eventually be on streaming.
My boyfriend commented Shiva Baby is so good, and he's correct. It's so good.
Okay, thank you, Greg.
Thank you, Greg. And Emma, who wrote and directed it, is also in the book, and she's amazing. Thank you, Angel. That was amazing. Bye.
Bye.
Okay, that's my queen. All right. This next gal is another star of stage and screen. You've seen her in Space Force and I Feel Bad and Special, in which she was nominated for an Emmy for Best Supporting Actress. Please welcome Poonam Patel. Hi.
We all have to feature it.
I love your little hair. What is like a little hair scarf?
Yeah, I don't have a lot of hair, so I thought like if I put the scarf, it'll just add volume.
It's so cute.
It just makes it look more full.
It's so cute. Okay, we have to tell everyone about your unbelievable piece. So you did it's like a Google Calendar of your birthday week that our friend Kay Arvidsson, was it Kay or Kendall? Kendall.
In the book, it says K.
Is it Kay? It's Kay. Sorry, Kendall and Kay.
I was like, Correct.
Too
That's
many
what it says
Ks.
on the page.
It was K. My boyfriend said K. Sorry,
Yeah.
Greg. Designed, and it is there. This is my favorite kind of piece because it's like there's so many Easter eggs all throughout it. I don't want to. Well, there's birth control really big in red every day at 6 p.m., which is
That
so
is an
good.
well, mine's actually, oh, it should be going off any moment now. I do have that every day because I
So
still need
good.
a reminder like 4 years later.
I love it. And there's
I have to put a reminder for everything in my phone because I think just the older I get, I bet my memory works, but my trust is waning. And so I just like don't trust myself to remember. So like I do have things like potatoes. I think at one point, like I was like, banana in backpack, take the banana out of your backpack. Like really odd little things. And if I'm like going on a trip, it'll be like the reminder in my calendar will be like this big.
insane.
I just don't trust myself to remember
I have
it.
to write one that says there's a guy knocking at my door. I'm doing a Zoom show. I have a reminder that says look at your to-do list because I'll
Very
like
good.
forget to even look
Yeah.
at it. It's just so stupid. Oh, so bad. All right. Are you ready to tell your story?
Yeah, hold on. I just got a really dry throat.
You're so cute. I can talk. I can vamp while you moisten your throat.
I don't know, I'm good.
Okay.
So my story is one of the last times I ate meat. So I don't eat meat anymore, but I did for a long period of my life. And so it was like years ago. And I was living in this apartment at the time where it didn't have in-unit laundry. It was like a really scary laundry room in the basement that was always dirty. So my friend Tawny had a house that she was renting in Koreatown. So I would go over to her place to do laundry because she had like this nice big washer dryer. I could wash my comforter, really fun stuff.
Tawny's in the book too.
Tawny Newsome, yes.
Yeah. Okay, sorry, keep going.
No, I love it. So I was over at her place doing laundry and she was just kind of like, should we take an edible? And I was like, yeah, sure, let's do it. Just like randomly on a weekday. And then like literally 5 minutes after we took the edible, we were like, should we go to the Korean spa? And I was like, I've never been. And I've also like never been naked in front of a friend as an adult. So I was like, yeah, let's do it. I had also spilled a melted thing of chapstick onto the dress I was wearing. It's not a relevant detail, but just had to like really start the mess off right. And so we get to the Korean spa and you know, I get naked. I'm like high out of my mind because I don't really like smoke that often. So when I do take an edible, I'm like literally blasted into the stratosphere. And so I like was so high. And then you're like getting into like cold pools and hot pools and like all this shit, like so much sensory. I was like extremely overwhelmed. And also it's like my friend's seeing me naked. I'm seeing my friend naked. Ah! At one point, like I was like drinking water and like so high, and this like really old naked lady made like direct eye contact with me, and I literally like spit water into her face. Like it was already just like a mess, but I knew I just wanted to like relax because that night it was one of my other friends' birthdays, and she had like had us all gather at this like do you know that bar? It's like I would never go there. It's like EPLP.
Yeah, on that roof.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like a rooftop bar. It's a very LA. And I was like,
yeah.
And I was like, I don't really want to go. I don't really want to drink. But then I looked at the menu and they had a fried chicken sandwich. And I was like, I'm getting the chicken sandwich. I'm going to go to the party. I'm going to say happy birthday. I'm going to get that chicken sandwich. I'm going to eat it. And then I'm going to go home. Like, it's going to be great. Yeah. So like all day I have this like chicken sandwich in my head. Well, I'm like fully relaxed and high from the spa. I finally go home. I like get ready. I put on a dress and I get there and first of all, they're not serving food anymore. So I was already like, fucking chicken sandwich. I want a chicken sandwich. I was like, that's fine. On my way home, I'll stop by like Wendy's, get a spicy chicken sandwich. I'm gonna get this chicken sandwich.
I have to have a chicken sandwich tonight.
I was like obsessed. It's like all I could think about because also then I was like coming down from my high and it's all I wanted.
Yeah.
So I get to the party and I'm like, happy birthday, hee hee ha ha. But like one by one, like her friends like all kind of leave. And then I'm like, me and this other person are like the only people there. And I'm like, well, it's her fucking birthday. I can't leave now. And now also I have to drink and get drunk and like lead the party brigade because it's like, it's her birthday and someone has to do that. No one wants to do that for themselves. Yeah. You know what I mean? And so then I
Yeah.
start like buying all these drinks and getting fucking wasted. And then some other guy she knows shows up. And at this point, I'm just like so drunk and I'm like still like, okay, I got to get out of here and get this chicken sandwich. So then this guy, she's like, this guy's going to give us a ride home. And I was like, sure. And it wasn't a stranger. It was someone she knew. So I was like,
Okay.
I'll get in the car. But I'm like in the backseat of the car and I'm like, I'm so hungry. Please, can we stop somewhere? Please, I want a chicken sandwich. So Vinny stops at Astro Burger. I get out of the car. I like look inside. First of all, the lighting is so extremely fluorescent. I'm like, I can't be seen in that lighting. I'm like scarred from fluorescent lighting because like growing up, my parents had convenience stores and like it was just all fluorescent bulbs and they got used to that. So when they put fluorescent lighting in our house too, and it's just like the worst lighting and like nothing's gonna make you look more sick than fluorescent lighting. So I like take one look in the window and I allegedly, I don't remember this, but I had already called an Uber and I just turned to them and I was like, I can't do this. And I just start running towards my Uber. And then my friend's like running after me, like, where are you going? And I was like, I gotta get a chicken sandwich. At this point, also, I've drank so much and not peed at all. And I have to pee so fucking bad. But I'm like, we're going to fucking Wendy's. We're those two drunk, annoying bitches convincing an Uber driver to go to Wendy's. Thankfully, he was like kind enough to do it. I get a spicy chicken combo and I'm like, yeah. I'm like, but I want to enjoy this. So I'm going to wait. I'm not going to eat it in the car because I also had to pee like so fucking hard that I was like, I can't fully enjoy. Like even now, I always have to like pee before I sit down for a meal.
Yeah.
So I'm like, please drop me off first. I have to pee. So I like get out of the car. I also have a Sprite, which I haven't ordered a Sprite since like 1992. I don't know what was happening there. And I eat my fries in the car and then I get out. I'm like, okay, bye. And I'm like rushing to the front of my apartment building. And then I'm like, oh, whoa. And then I was like, I'm not going to make it. So I squat. So let me see if I can do it. Sorry, I have sweatpants on also. So the illusion is done.
I love it.
So I hold on to the door handle and I squat down. But then my chicken sandwich is here and I hold it way high up like this because I was like, I don't want my chicken sandwich to be in the splash zone. And so I'm like squatting, peeing with my chicken sandwich like so high up in the sky. And I like squat down and I just start peeing outside the front door of my apartment building. And I'm like, the relief. And then I'm like, fuck, I forgot to pull my underwear down. So I'm just peeing through my underwear, but in my mind, I'm like, it's lace. So it's like a strainer. It's okay. So then I'm just squatting in a pile of my own piss. And then I'm like, well, what am I going to do now? Like, no one's like, I don't want to leave my piss. Like I have a little bit of respect. So I take my Sprite and I dump it on top of my pee. And there's ice cubes everywhere. And I was like, someone will just think I spilled my drink. No one's going to know. But in my mind, I'm like, I don't know. So then I finally unlock the front door of my apartment building and the elevator's right there. I step in my own urine, slip in my own pee, fall face down in front of the elevator just as it's opening and my neighbor's taking her dog out for a walk. And she was like, are you okay? And I was like, yeah, my Sprite. I spilled my Sprite. I slipped in my Sprite. I took a sandwich. I get into my apartment. I strip off all my clothes. I rinse all the pee off of me. And then I just stood in front of my bathroom mirror naked, eating this chicken sandwich, just staring at myself. And after that, I was like, look at what meat is doing to your mind. You have to. So yeah, that's where I'm at.
I forgot that related to why you stopped dating meat.
It's one of the reasons, but I was like, it's not healthy for you.
That is, this yeah, the laces, the strainer is the exact thought I would have too. It's not pure pee, it's being strained by this underwear.
I was like, lace isn't absorbent, right?
Was it on your feet? I find if I pee outside, it's on your feet.
It's on your feet, and the worst is it's in the bottom of your sandal, so your feet are slipping within your shoe. So you might as well be barefoot at that point.
That is unbelievable. I can't relate more to getting like knowing a thing is on the menu and it's getting you through having to go to this event or whatever though, I'm literally crying. And if you can't get it, it'll make you crazy.
Yeah, and it did.
It did. Oh,
Think about all day.
God, that is so funny. You're the best. What do you want to plug? When does special come out again?
Season 2 special comes out May 20th.
Ooh, anything else?
Not yet.
No. Okay.
But check the gram, maybe. I don't know why I said that. I have nothing.
It's so good. All right, you're the best. Thank you for that.
Thank you.
Bye. Oh my God. Okay. I am actually crying. Okay, so this next lady needs no introduction, but it's also bizarre not to do one, so I'm gonna do one. You know her and you love her from You're the Worst, Fosse Verdon, and The Boys, just to name a few. Please welcome Aya Cash. There she is. This is mortifying for some reason.
No, that's why we are all here.
I know.
Thank you.
Your piece ties into Poonam's because it's at a spa.
Totally.
Was it yours? Were you talking about a specific one in yours?
Yeah, I was.
Ooh.
Maybe the exact one she went to.
Yeah, probably. So Aya's Cash is amazing. Aya's Cash. Aya's piece is amazing, and it's for like your inner monologue while you're getting a massage / like that skin scraping thing.
Body scrub. I'm a very dry girl, so I need a lot. Like honestly, every time I go, they're just shocked by the amount of skin that comes off my body, and they make comments to me about it and how dry I am, and I should be coming in more often. So.
Oh no! And you haven't imagine when you go post pandemic.
Yeah. Oh, I'm gonna be a whole. I'm planning to lose years. Like fuck plastic surgery. Like I'm just gonna go get it all scrubbed away.
Oh God, I do miss those places. That's kind of the first thing. I mean, that's kind of the thing I can't ever imagine doing again. But also the first thing I want to do.
Me too. Also, I really relate the alerts on your phone. I am the opposite, where I've set alerts for things that no longer exist in my life. So I get a notification once a month to pay my AT&T bill, and I don't know how to turn it off. I haven't had AT&T in 10 years. So I feel like I give some advice on
Amazing.
updating the phone.
All right, will you tell us your story?
I will. I'm all over the place because I was like, I do this thing where I self-sabotage, and I think like, I'm not even gonna plan a story. Like, fuck that. I can just be off the cuff. And then I'm like, no, you don't do that. And you didn't go through the UCB system. And what the fuck is wrong with you? You should have planned. So I'm just gonna talk about waitressing because those are most of my funny stories.
Yeah, perfect.
And I'm gonna tell a different story than I thought I was gonna tell. The story I thought I was gonna tell in a nutshell was
about pouring Sprite on your pee. You didn't want to tell the same one.
Stole it that bit. No, I worked at Cowgirl Hall of Fame. It was my last waitressing job, and Jon Stewart came in once, and I was very excited, and so I said that I was a hostess at the time, and he and his wife and his family came in and said, we'd like a table. And I said, okay, 1 second, let me see. And I walked to the section where the tables were. And I said to my coworker, I was like, oh my God, Jon Stewart is fucking here. I want to fuck him and make babies with him. And then I turned around and his wife had followed me around the corner and simply smiled graciously and said, is this good? And I said, absolutely, wherever you'd like. But see, that's really short and not all that interesting.
No, it's amazing. That's amazing. I feel very similarly about Jon Stewart.
I mean, I would.
He only gets handsomer too.
Yeah. I mean, but I'd like to take that. I'd like to switch that because I feel like we give men the permission to age and look amazing and get handsomer. Like, I'm just going to be like, no, like only women aging are hot. And
yeah. Okay.
Like, but yeah, I'd go for it. The other story I was going to tell also might have been inspired by the last speaker about because I worked at a place called Chat and Shoe, which is in Union Square. And I actually met my husband there, table 26, like my third day of work. It was a very bizarre, toxic work environment. It's not there anymore, so I can talk shit. I'm not gonna take down a restaurant in a pandemic, okay? But it was a very strange place to work, and like there were roaches, and the owner would come in and fire people, but then the manager would be like, change your name and you can come back tomorrow, because he didn't actually pay attention to what people look like. So people would be fired and then come back with a different name and continue working. And there was another place also gone, now a Chase Bank, called The Coffee Shop, very iconic New York diner restaurant. And it was notorious because they only hired models. So you had to be a certain height and a certain look just to get hired for a coffee shop. And they would work their shifts and then come to our place to eat because our food was better, despite the roaches. And they would tip us with pot brownies. So we would always get pot brownies from the coffee shop girls. And I used to smoke a shitload of weed when I was growing up. Mainly, the whole goal was to like smoke as much weed as possible and then pretend I wasn't stoned while watching boys play video games. So not the most enjoyable of high experiences. But I was weaning off of it in my early 20s. So I didn't smoke that much anymore, mainly because my experiences had been like I just described. And, pot brownies, you have no idea what's the level that's in them. So I went home and I ate a full pot brownie one night and turned on the Nutcracker soundtrack and went to every item in my room and touched it. And if it had a memory, it was allowed to stay.
This is like high Marie Kondo.
I could have monetized this shit. I had no idea. So I went through and every little item I touched, did it have a memory? Yes, no. I wake up the next morning. I would like to say that like the Tchaikovsky record is just like, but it's not. It was, MP3. So I wake up the next morning and I walk outside my room. I have two other roommates at the time. And they're, by the way, 40 and 30. I am 22 at this moment. And I walk out and my roommates are like, what the fuck did you do? And my entire room had been shoved in the living room. I'd like minimalized my entire space to like just the bed and like a sweater from my grandmother and pushed it all out into the living room. And
none of those had memories. So you were like, see ya.
No, it was a lot of like Forever 21 shit.
Yeah.
Out there.
Someone wrote in the chat, gotta try that method this weekend.
Now I would do it on purpose, but it was not. It all went back in. I like stuff. I have too much shit.
I'm the same. The first time my boyfriend came to my place, he goes, "Oh, you got a lot of stuff." I was like, "Yeah, I guess I do."
When I moved in with my husband, he went around and just picked up stuff and kept going, "What is this? What is this?" And I said, "Stuff, and it fucking lives here now."
Amazing. Oh, that's perfect. Do you have anything? Well, you're telling them about your mom's book too.
So that's what I was going to plug.
Oh, perfect.
Along with this slightly lighter and yet darker book. This is called Now We're Getting Somewhere. Sorry, my ring light that makes me look 12 is blowing out the title. There we go. Now We're Getting Somewhere is my mother's book of poetry. And I'm not just like plugging some bullshit. Like my mom wrote a poetry book and self-published. Like this is legit. She has like 17 books. She's won Guggenheim's, NEA's. Hopefully you can get this at Greenlight, because if you can't, they should be embarrassed. Norton's, reputable. Anyway, it's
so
fantastic.
Cool. Mine's on its way. I pre-ordered it. I can't wait. So good. Anything? Is that your big plug?
A show called This Country is coming to Fox.
Oh yeah.
I'm saying this fall. They haven't told me that. Oh, and my mother's name is Kim Adonizio.
There it is.
Fast.
I bet Greenlight could probably put their link to it in there too. Amazing. Thank you. I'm gonna.
Bookshop. Okay.
Oh, what?
I was just gonna say
Oh.
bookshop.org, which
Yeah, she has like a site on Bookshop. Like oh, there's the link. Oh, perfect.
yeah,
Okay.
I got it at Greenlight. Do it at Greenlight.
Perfect. Thank you, Aya. That was amazing. Bye. Okay. Are you ready to welcome a goddess from heaven? She's an unbelievable stand-up and the host of two of my favorite podcasts, Unofficial Expert and her new one, Hobby Hunter. If you haven't seen her Instagram live show, Sid Can Cook, you need to watch the next one. We'll have to ask her when it is. Please welcome Sydnee Washington. There she is. Hi.
Hello, I'm here.
Your place is always so like swanky.
Instead of paying for therapy, I pay for lights. That's what I do.
Well, you're like a plant mom too. You love a plant.
My plants be dead, and I just buy new ones and pretend that it's the same one, and no one knows. And that's between us. Y'all keep that in the chat now. Don't tell nobody that. And I renamed the dead plants the one that died. You know, when I get a new plant, I'm like, oh, this is Tammy. And I keep just getting the same plant named Tammy.
I love it. I'm not good at it either. Tell people about your piece in the book, which is amazing.
Okay, so oh wait 1 second. I moved my location real quick.
Oh, you're fine.
Yeah.
Let me find. I wish I had a better memory of.
Oh, it's right here. Okay, I moved my location, but here's the book. I broke a nail moving location, but
Oh,
RIP
no.
to my press on. So I was also a waitress. I was a bottle waitress many moons ago, and I decided to get breast implants. I know. Some of the realest girls have fake tits. So I got fake boobs, and I thought that fake boobs would change my life, but I ended up just like the same things were happening, if not worse. Like I was definitely still paying for my own drinks, paying for my own trips. I was not on a yacht. I was still taking the 6 train. I mean, I was living a regular girl's life with double D boobs. And I just like, what exactly did I pay for, you know?
So the piece is various things I've said to myself since my breast augmentation. It's page 66 because someone was asking earlier. It's so good. All right, will you tell us your story?
Okay, so I was listening to everyone's story, and it was just like so PC, and I feel like we're kind of like towards the end, and I'm like, I don't know, can I get crazy? Can I get
absolutely
wild?
Go.
Is there a cap on how wild we get?
No.
Okay. All right. So this is my best party story ever. So I'm with my friend. This is like someone wrote, "Get wild." Yes, I will. So I'm like right out of college, or like about to get out of college, and I go to one of like my favorite nightclubs, Stereo or whatever, and I'm there with my friend, and she's from Miami. So, you know, I'm kind of new to like the party scene, and vodka crayons was the only thing that I was doing. I would get crazy with like a vodka crayon, splash of tequila, because I was like, you got to do just a splash. Like I'm getting crazy, but not too wild. So my friend from Miami was like, "Oh, hi, Miami. Hey, Adriana." We're in the club, and there's a long line. And my friend always had all this energy. She was always dancing. She was off beat, but like she had all the energy that I wanted in the nightclub. So I was like, "Girl, what is it that you do? Like, why are you so fun?" And she's like, "Oh, I'll show you why I'm so fun." So we're waiting online, and obviously we're in line not to use the bathroom. We were there to do drugs, but it was my first time. I had never done drugs, but my friend from Miami, Melissa, she knows where's the party at. So she's like, "Let's not wait on this line. Let's go outside." So we're outside of the club, and she is like, we walk a little far from the nightclub, and we're on the sidewalk, and she's like, "Yeah, let's go." And I'm like, "Let's go what?" She pulls out the drugs, and she's like doing it outside. And I was like, I don't know how they do in Miami, but this is not New York at all. I don't know. Like this is straight croqueta style. So she's doing it, and I'm like, oh my God, I could feel my mother inside of me, like screaming. Ramona was like, leave, leave, leave. But I was like, I can't leave my friend Melissa. So she tries to give it to me. And right before I was gonna do it, the undercover cop pulls up in a taxi, and whoop, whoop, I was like, oh my God, of course, the first time I'm about to do drugs, the cops come. And
my
I'm
God.
freaking out. So I just throw the drugs. I throw the drugs so bad that they catch it. It literally goes into his hand. And he's like, is this yours? And I was like, I guess it's mine. So I'm immediately bawling. I'm bawling. Miami Melissa, this is not her first rodeo. She's ready. She's got like one of those V-neck tops. She's 4'11". She's all boob. That's all she has. Very short, top heavy. So she's like making sure her shirt is right. And she's like, girl, I got this. And I was like, Krause, I'm gonna go to jail. Like, I didn't even get to do the drugs. Like I was upset that I was like, if I'm gonna go to jail for drugs, at least I should have had some.
Yeah, absolutely.
So we're out there, and the cops are like, he's like talking to her, talking to me, talking to her, talking to me. I pull out my ID. He looks at where I'm from, and he's like, you know, why are you guys out here? You guys are like good girls. I was like, I am a good girl. I don't know about Melissa, but I am a good girl. This is my first time. I'm throwing Melissa under the whole bus. I was like, lay Melissa under the bus because I'm ready to go. So then the police, it looks like they're about to pull out the cuffs, but they don't. They're like, you know what? You guys can't go back in the club. And I was like, okay, so we getting arrested. He's like, let me take y'all to breakfast. They take us, the undercover cops take us to breakfast. And I'm like, is this because she got tits? Like, what is going on? So we're at the diner, and I'm freaked out because I was like, at any moment they're gonna arrest us. Like they're gonna give us food and then throw us in the paddy wagon. So I'm asking Melissa, I was like, what are you gonna get? She's like, everything. I'm getting everything. And she's Jewish. And she's like, whatever you want, it's on them. And
this is a deeply Jewish instinct.
Melissa's like, whatever you want, it's on them. So she gets like matzo ball soup. I'm not just saying that because she's Jewish, but that's what she got. I got it. That was the first time I had matzo ball soup in the diner after I was about to do drugs outside in the public with undercover cops. This is my first. I was like, there's the first for everything, right? So I order bacon, I order pancakes. I'm like, I guess they said go all out. So we finish, and they drop us off. They drop us off at my friend's apartment. And I was like, wow, we got off, we're great. Do you know Miami Melissa had the nerve, was like, can you believe they didn't give me my drugs back? I'm gonna call them. They're gonna give me my drugs back. And I was like, I have to get better friends. So we never got the drugs back. Nobody ever went to jail. And I thought it was because of her breasts, but her brother was a cop, and in her wallet, she had one of those things that's like, I don't know, you show that if like you're a family member of a cop, like, I guess you get off or whatever. And that's the only reason why they took us to the diner.
Oh my
God. The undercover cops must have knew her brother. But the whole time I was like, I gotta get some G titties. I gotta be Jewish and I gotta get some tits. That's what I thought. So yeah.
You need to write this as like the first time I tried matzo ball soup.
They said you didn't get the drugs back, but you got matzo ball soup, so that's a fair trade. Okay.
Amazing. My God. That's incredible. When's the next Sid Can Cook? What do you want to plug?
It's actually this Saturday. It's this Saturday. You can go on my Instagram, just Sid BW, and buy tickets. It's not expensive, but it's my anniversary show, my last show. So
amazing. Okay, everyone go buy tickets on Sydnee's Instagram. It's so good. It's so good. You get, I imagine you're having your guests and everything like normal, right?
Yeah. It's just going to be on Zoom or StreamYard. It's going to be on StreamYard, so that
someone said already got my ticket.
What? Okay, hey Carla. I'll shout out Carla when I get to the show. But yeah, I'm excited.
Amazing. All right. I'll
Thank
be
you so
there.
much, Amy. I'm
Thank
so
you, baby.
proud of you.
Thank
This is so
you.
freaking cool. I'm gonna get this tattooed on my back. I'm gonna get the book tattooed on my back.
Amazing. You're the best. We'll talk soon.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.
Amazing. All right. This next gal is a truly rare combo. She's one of the funniest people and one of the best dancers, which is never happens. Her show and podcast, Let's Go Atsuko, is amazing, and her album, But I Control Me, is a must listen. Please welcome Atsuko Okatsuka.
Wow, thank you, Amy. Thank you. Hi.
How
Oh.
are you?
I'm good. I'm an okay dancer. I'm like pretty good
You're
for
a great
comedian.
dancer.
Thank you. Okay. Yeah. Thank you. Yeah. I'm
no
not like pro.
self-deprecating. No, but you're a great dancer. And that doesn't happen so often in the comedy community, I feel.
It's an interesting combo, It's because like when I dance, I'd have no words. It's no words. When I do
Totally.
stand-up comedy, it's just words. You wouldn't know what my hips can do.
So
know?
Atsuko's piece is amazing, and it is it's a choose your own adventure, but it turns out that's copyrighted. So we had to call it What Would You Do, right?
Right.
About visiting family over Christmas, and there are really amazing choices. And it goes a lot of amazing directions. So get the book to read it.
Thank you. Yes. Yeah. That's what my
Sorry.
story's about. No,
I know.
Amy did it better than I could have ever. Yeah, it's a choose your adventure story.
It's so good. All right, you want to tell us your story?
Oh, sure. Yeah, I'll tell it to you like we're at a party. You know, here's the thing, Amy. I've never told this at a party because this happened 2 weeks ago. And
Amazing.
last I checked, we're still in a pandemic. So I haven't,
A future party story.
Yeah, it's a future party story. You know this. You know that I got intruded upon. I had an intruder 2 weeks ago in my place.
Insane.
He came back 3 times while me and my husband were here. That is a brave man. Okay.
Oh my God.
That is a man who does not care. You know what I mean? Is not scared, because my husband confronted him the first 2 times face to face, said, "What are you doing here? Please leave." That's exactly what how my husband sounds.
And your husband's like tall.
He's tall, but the words come out and it's just, "What are you doing here? Please leave." It's like, tall doesn't do anything. If the guy is brave, if the guy is not scared, he's not scared of 6 feet tall,
Fair.
But the first 2 times the guy actually did leave, and then he came back a 3rd time, and white guy, bird neck tattoo. And here's the thing, right? The 2nd time my husband was like, while he was like telling the guy, "Please, what are you doing here? Please leave." He was like, "Let's go call the cops." I was like, "Oh, fine. Like, I don't really want to, but I don't feel so bad calling on a white guy with bird neck tattoo." So I called the cops and I was describing the man, white guy, 6 feet tall, navy, dark navy top, black pants, And my husband's like, "Did you call? Okay, cool. You gave the descriptions. All right, I'm just going to go down and see if he really left, And I look at my husband up and down, and I literally was like, "Wait, you matched the descriptions perfectly that I just gave to the cops." There he was, my husband, white, 6 feet tall, dark navy top, black pants. So I was like, I don't know, why did I just like accidentally describe you? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I didn't mention the tattoo because I was just in a panic. So anyway, my husband was like, "God damn it." He like put on a bright colored top while he was like changing tops while like running down to check on him. But anyhow, after he came back the 3rd time, this guy, we were like, no. We cannot sleep here tonight. We gotta go. This is like, we don't care if he takes our 2015 MacBook Pro from our house. We don't care if he takes our TV from Best Buy. We just want to be safe. I think he's not scared to hurt us. So we were like, okay, 3, 2, 1, before he comes back again. 3, 2, 1. I just got a bag full of cash. And I said, 3, 2, 1. We run to the car. Okay, so we're like 3, 2, 1, and I had a shovel in my hand. Husband had a fire extinguisher in case we had to like hit him.
Yeah.
Very, very Walking Dead type weapons. Ran to the car. 3, 2, 1, go! And we ran to the car, and then we just took off to a hotel, like 20 minutes away. While we were there, we were like, haggard, tired, in workout clothes, which doesn't mean you work out. Again, I would just want to reiterate that. Okay, we were just wearing workout clothes because it was just we were at home. It's a pandemic, and so just haggard, tired. And then we realized we were hungry because between the 3 confrontation, the 3 times he came back, us running around, being scared, getting a bag of cash, we forgot to eat. But it was 1 a.m. at the hotel. So I went to the hotel store and saw in the freezer a frozen Stouffer's lasagna. Now double the meat. It says on the box 2 times more the meat. I said, wow, Stouffer's is really thriving. And so I said, this will do. This will feed us tonight. So me and my husband shared a sad personal size Stouffer's lasagna. And that's what held us over that night. Now, this is where the twist comes. Y'all ready for a twist? I'm just reading the comments really quick. Okay. Are you okay, Amy? Are you okay?
Yes. No,
okay,
this is
everyone
amazing.
okay? Okay, so the next day I tweeted at Stouffer's and I just was like, haha, why not find the levity in situations? I said, Stouffer's, isn't it funny? Like I had a picture of me with the Stouffer's box at the hotel looking real haggard. I said, on a scary night of, having to deal with an intruder, Stouffer's, you were there for us with your 2 times more than meat lasagna. I said, you were our comfort for the night. And guess what, Amy? Stouffer's wrote me back. They tweeted back at me. They said, oh my goodness, glad you're okay. What can we do for you? And I said, because I like to hold accountable big corporations, I was like, these guys are billionaires. They're thriving. 2 times more than me. So I retweeted them and I said, give me more lasagna. And so they did. They DM'd me. They said, what can we do? I said, I would like to collaborate with y'all. If you give me cases of Stouffer's frozen lasagnas, I'll find a food bank nearby that takes frozen foods and we can make it a collaboration. Feed some unhoused people.
Totally.
It's sure. We'll send some over in an hour. Get a knock at the door. And by the time I get there, no one's there. I look down. I'm thinking cases and cases of Stouffer's lasagna. We're about to feed LA. Yeah. Okay? I look down. There's a Target bag. One single sad Target bag. I said, that can't be Stouffer's. That's Target. I look down. Sure enough. 4 sad personal size frozen Stouffer's lasagnas in a Target bag with Sharpie. It said, from the Stouffer's team. Amy, what do you think happened? What do you think happened?
They Postmates you Stouffer's from Target.
They sent, exactly. Or they either Postmated it or they sent some intern to
a Target.
A Target said, go to the frozen section and we'll reimburse you the $10 because that's how much probably.
Yeah, I don't know that Stouffer's is thriving the way you might have initially thought. Because you'd hope they'd have their own storage of their own product.
No, this did not come. Exactly. This didn't come from Stouffer's headquarters. It didn't. No, it came from some underpaid person got sent to Target.
Oh.
Said just, and then, they were calling her like, she's like, okay, I'm at Target. They're like, go to the frozen section, go get the lasagna. And she's like, how many should I get? And they're like, I don't know, like 4.
Oh, it's so sad.
She's like, okay, I'll get 4. That's exactly. Anyway.
Have you eaten them?
No, they're just taking up space in my freezer because it's like, I don't like them that much. Like I was mostly joking and seeing if I could do something cool with it, since they DM'd me back. $1 billion company. I said, let's feed LA. They promised me. I'm going to hold them accountable. I'm not doing well. I live in
know.
fear. We booby trapped our backyard. The guy still hasn't been caught yet.
Oh God, that's all I
LA,
see on Nextdoor all day.
right? How
Yeah.
can the cops not catch a white guy with a bird neck tattoo?
So is
Jaybird.
what?
It's like
So
a
it's a.
jaybird?
I don't
Yeah,
know.
sorry.
So
Go
someone
ahead.
asked, like, is it a bird's neck or is it a bird on
Oh,
his neck?
I'm so sorry. I'm an immigrant, so my English, I just kind
No,
of
it's
say things.
perfect. I love bird neck.
That would be amazing if it was a bird neck tattoo, because you know why? Little birds that you see in the backyard, they don't have necks. So that would be really wild if he like just got like a jaybird's neck like tattooed on his neck too. And that I would know what that looked like. I'm like, that's a bird's neck tattooed
Yeah, they're
on
just
his
sort of
neck.
like chest until their beak. Like there's not really a neck.
Yeah,
Yeah.
totally. Yeah.
Ugh. Well, I'm horrified that happened to you, but it is ultimately a good story.
Thank you. Yeah, sponsored by Stouffer's. Did you? I'm sponsored by Stouffer's, and what's this? And Amy.
Stouffer's and Notes from the Bathroom line.
I'm sponsored by Stouffer's and the funniest women in comedy. Okay.
Stouffer's loves funny women, famously.
Hold them accountable. I should have said like Wolfgang Puck. I could
know.
have like lied and been like gotten them more expensive anyway.
Ugh, so funny. Is there something you want to plug? Where can people find you?
You can just follow me at Atsuko Comedy. And yeah, if you're like on a road trip or something, yeah, my album is out, But I Control Me, that you can listen to. And
Yeah.
thanks
It's
so
so
much,
good.
Amy,
Thank
for
you,
having
lady.
me.
You're the best. Talk soon.
Talk soon.
Okay, we did it. That was even more heavenly than I imagined it would be. Thank you guys all for coming. Thank you, Catherine, Tien, Rachel, Poonam, Aya, Sydney, Atsuko. It was heaven. Buy the book from Greenlight, Notes from the Bathroom Line. You can go to notesfromthebathroomline.com. There's Poonam holding hers up. Okay, thank you, everyone. Thank you, Katie from Greenlight.
Thank you so much, everybody. This was so fun. And thanks, everybody, for joining us. Don't forget to buy your copy of Notes from the Bathroom Line in-store or online at greenlightbookstore.com. Thanks so much, everybody. Bye. Have a great night.